everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nikki B, and for today's vlog, I'll be sharing with you the 5 steps that I actually took to help me transition to become an Amazon seller virtual assistant despite the lack of my expertise, skill set, experience, and even background. I haven't even purchased from Amazon.com during that time. So that's how clueless I was when I started my ASBA journey. So if you're interested to do the same for yourself, then keep watching. Hello again! So if you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki B and I vlog about freelancing, health, and lifestyle in general. So if you like any of the topics that I mentioned, then consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga latest upload ko. So without further ado, let's proceed to the topic at hand. And the very first step that I took to become an Amazon seller virtual assistant is, to set a goal and reverse engineer it. What does reverse engineering mean? It's basically breaking down your big goals into smaller bite-sized pieces or mini goals that, when achieved, help you eventually lead to your end goal. For example, if you have a daytime job and you want to have freelancing as a side hustle and you want to earn extra 20,000 pesos per month, but then you're just willing to allot or commit extra 10 hours per week to do that freelancing job. So that would be 40 hours per month. So 20,000 divided by 40 hours would give us 500 pesos per hour. So that already gives you an idea on how much you need to charge per client. So you can either charge one client $10 per hour to achieve that 20,000 pesos, or you can have 2 clients and charge them $5 an hour each. Something like that. So the good thing about breaking down your goals is it prevents you from being overwhelmed, because when we break it down, it's easier for our mind to wrap around it. And it's like putting puzzle pieces together until you're able to complete the bigger picture, which is your end goal. And to be honest, we all know for a fact that having a goal is the very first step at everything, because during the process you would encounter difficulties, hardships. It's not gonna be a smooth flowing journey. It's good to have something that you can hold on to. You know, the reason why you have to undergo through this, sacrifices is because you're sacrificing for something greater, and that is to achieve your end goal. The second step is to choose a skill and a market to serve. You can start by assessing what current skills you have, your strengths, or what you're even passionate about when you're doing something. And then once you have decided what skill or service you want to offer, then you have to identify your target market. So as for me, since I have experience in the human resources industry and online teaching for some years, I figured that I can offer virtual assistants to my clients. However, if I'm going to cater to a general market, it will be difficult for me to package my service according to the needs of the many, because even though all industries require some level of assistance or admin support, each industry require or have specific needs. For example, real estate companies require or prefer VAs who can do cold calling or appointment setting. On the other hand, advertising agencies prefer VAs with knowledge on SEO and or social media management, etc. And the list goes on. So it's crucial to know what market you want to serve so that you can study their needs, their pains, the problems that you can solve for them, and use that information to upgrade any skill that can offer a solution or meet a certain demand. I hope that makes sense. Now that you have a skill to offer and a market to serve, what's next? Well, the third step is to find a mentor that you can emulate. Say, if you are a bookkeeper and you want to do that as a freelancing with multiple clients, then the best way to start is to find someone who is already doing that and learn from that person. In one of the books that I've read, The Richest Man in Babylon, it was mentioned there that the fastest way to learn anything is to learn from the person who has already mastered the skill that you already seek. You can join Facebook groups. There are tons of YouTube tutorial videos. And you can also, if you have the budget, you can also consider enrolling for an online course, provided that you do your own homework, and do some research, investigation, if they're credible, reliable, stuff like that, before you actually pay for that course. Because not only it does give you structure and focus on what skills to learn or master, but when you enroll in a course, you become part of a community of the same people who have similar interests and people who do exactly what you do. So not only you're getting yourself a mentor, but you're also gaining a network that you can tap to whenever you have questions, whenever you have queries, because you have a cumulative set of experience and different knowledge that you can share to one another. Well, in my own opinion, this has got to be the most important step for me, because if it wasn't for my mentor, if it wasn't for the course that I enrolled for, I wouldn't be able to land a client in less than 2 months. At first, I was just watching YouTube tutorials, and there are tons of free resources, but wow, I was easily overwhelmed because of too much information. So good thing I was able to find a Filipino mentor, and our classes started, I think, in August 3rd or 5th, and then I landed my first client September 18, 2018, in less than 2 months. The course was 8 weeks, but on the 6th, or probably that was 7th week, I already got a client. It would probably take me more months, more weeks, if I didn't enroll in that course. So that for me is the step that had the biggest impact in shaping my career as an ASPA. The next step, which is step number 4, is to start applying even when you think you're not yet ready. Why? That's the best way to practice and apply what you have been watching from your YouTube tutorials or the lessons that you have already learned from the course that you've enrolled to. So don't be scared. I was passing at least 5 applications per day. So there were a lot of rejections because you just wanna gain insight on how the process goes. You wanna learn what questions they usually ask, what kind of screening tests or tasks they usually give to their applicants. And every failure, every application process is a learning opportunity for you to self-evaluate and then improve your next strategy for the next batch of application. Actually, every after interview, you'll gain the momentum and the confidence, which will make you a better applicant in your next interviews. Bonus tip is whenever you successfully pass a screening test, what you do is you put that in your resume and portfolio. You put the task that you did. Oh, I did project, let's say product research on supplements for this company, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because it may not be a big win for you. They may not hire you, but you were able to practice that skill. You were able to pass that skill using YouTube. I mean, it builds that confidence in you, and it also strengthens your portfolio and resume. The last and 5th step is to actually ask the questions instead of them asking you questions during the interview. Why? When you ask the questions, you assume a level of or a position of authority, and that makes you more credible and knowledgeable about the service that you offer. It's like they're consulting, in my case, it's like they're consulting me for the virtual assistant service that I offer. And in doing so, you're able to evaluate and understand their pains and their needs and use those information to better showcase how your offer can be beneficial to their business. And I discovered that this is a beginner-friendly technique. Why? Because for the first 10 to 15 interviews, I was passing the screening. But during the final interview, they would always choose someone with experience, because whenever they ask me about my experience working for an Amazon seller, I would tell them none, because yeah, they would be my first client if they hired me. So that didn't work to my advantage. And then in the next batch of my applications and interviews, I tried asking the question. So in one of my interviews, I asked that client what products he sell on Amazon, and he said health supplements. I told him, oh, that's good. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in nursing, so it's really easy for me to understand the concept, the mechanism of actions of supplements, blah blah blah. And there was also one client, he said that I asked him how he sees his company 5 to 10 years from now, and he said he wants to expand. And me, having a background in HR, told him, oh, that's great, because I can help you with recruitment. I know how to create training modules, etc. So I was able to steer the conversation to make myself more valuable as a whole, not just on the Amazon seller virtual assistance experience, which I was lacking back then. So by September, second week or third week of September, I had 3 offers waiting for me. I had to turn down 2 offers, and I just chose one full-time. And I think one more thing that asking questions help you is it gives you an opportunity to know the client deeper, to vibe that client, if he or she is someone you want to work with for a long time, if you're gonna do this freelancing for quite some time. And if your gut tells you that there's something off with that person, then you probably should follow your gut. And another bonus tip is always come from a place of help. Always come from a place of help. Don't be too obsessed in closing the deal, because they can tell if you're just really there for the job, or if you truly care about their company, if you really want to help them out. I believe you have a higher chance of getting the job if you showed sincere, genuine concern to your client. So those are the 5 steps that I actually took to become an ASVA. I sincerely hope you learned something valuable in today's vlog, and if you like this video, give it some love and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope these 5 steps can help you, gain clarity and direction if should you want to pursue this kind of career, the freelancing industry. And I wish you well. I wish you good luck. I hope you get clients right away. And yeah, tell me, share with me if any of the 5 steps worked to your advantage, and I'll be happy to hear your success story. So again, this is Nikki B. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next vlog. Bye!